All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Shemal Shai, by Shemot Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is Russian attack on Ukraine kills at least 6. At least that's what they're telling us. Remember, this is the news. They're not going to give us all the numbers on what's really going on over there. But we know that this is a judgment of Yahweh Shemal Shai for what they have done to the Hebrew Israelites. You know, this is the battle of Armageddon taking place on a small scale, which is going to usher the kingdom of heaven. It's going to spiral out of control eventually, because a lot of nations are over there partaking in various conflicts, wars, proxy wars, you know, which is going to we want this to happen. Because while this is happening, the Lord is going to return, you know. So I'm going to press play on this video.
We're following a breaking news alert as well this morning because a major Russian drone and missile attack on Ukraine kills at least 6 people.
Peyton Kennedy is back at the WKRN.com alert desk now with the overnight update. Peyton.
And this comes as President Trump's plan to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin is put on hold. Trump said he didn't want it to be a waste of time. Efforts to end the Russia-Ukraine war have failed to gain traction. Trump has repeatedly expressed frustration with Putin's refusal to budge from his conditions for a settlement after Ukraine offered a ceasefire and peace talks. Repeated waves of Russian missiles and drones shook Ukrainian cities last night into this morning. At least 6 people were killed and 18 injured. For breaking news around the clock, you can head to WKRN.com.
Now, if you don't know, the reason why the reason why Russia wants Ukraine is because that's the spirit the Lord got on them. Ukraine was one of the major countries, a part of the former USSR. I'm trying to remember exactly, but the U.S. want that as a strategic spot to plant missiles and get closer to Russia, because they're trying to encircle Russia, because Russia not with the New World Order agenda that the American elites are trying to push out. You know, all these countries got their own elites. A lot of these countries still have kings that's in the background, princes and things, and you know, it's not, none of that is being mentioned. Not just the Queen of England and the King of England, them motherfuckers. These other countries got kings and stuff up over them that's not being mentioned at all. You know, so the Russians are not with that agenda. They're not with the U.S. encircling them. That's a strategic move to take Ukraine, as well as other cities, a part of Europe, that the Russians are not allowing the U.S. to station missiles and things in. That's a strategic move, you know. And then why would the Russians fall back and make a peace agreement when all these nations have put billions of dollars into Ukraine to help them fight and kill off Russian citizens? You put all this money into helping these people kill off my people, and this is part of the form of art. We have a right to this land, and y'all only use it to encircle me? No, I ain't going. I'm not going. That's how Trump feels. That's how the Russians feel. You know? What else? Dang, what was I going to say? Okay, it might come back out when I bring this precept out, but that's the plagues. That's part of the plagues. This war is and the death that's going on over there is a plague, because they got so many people dying that they start recruiting women, doing conscript, which is the draft. Second Ezra 15:5, behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And that's what you see going on over there. They got plagues going on over there. I don't think they ever said anything about a lack of food, but with all the war and things going over there, You know, it might not be food for a lot of people over there. I don't remember, but I had to look back into it. But normally when war go on, just like what's going on in Palestine, them people was on the brink of famine behind that war. But it says, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So that's why the Lord got that going on over there, because, you know, the wickedness is the LGBT community, Masonic groups, witchcrafts, amongst other things, church, the women ruling over the men, what do you call this? Esau not following the land Sabbath, all types of things that's supposed to be kept, all types of laws supposed to be kept to rule a kingdom. And Esau, the white man, is going against that. You know, the Lord didn't just put this world here for you to live and be and do whatever the F you want to do. No, the Lord wanted this world to be upheld by righteousness. So since he put it in the hand of the wicked, and the wicked is took and went against the righteousness that the Lord established for the world to be ruled, he started these wars. Because the righteous people supposed to be ruling this world, and that's the Israelites, and he's going to put us back in power to rule the world in righteousness. He let the nations rule in their times, you know, and they fucked up everything, and now he's going to put it back, make everything back righteous in the end. It's the Lord's agenda. It's the Lord's movie. You know, you can't do nothing against that. This is Revelation 16:16, and he gathered them together in a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, which is in the Middle East. In the Hebrew is Har Magad Wan, which means mountain of the troops. Gad, troops. Har, what is it? Har, mountain. Har Ma meaning of, if I'm not mistaken. It means mountain of the troops. I'm gonna have to get that word again though. But that's where all them troops are stationed at over there in the Middle East. You got Taiwan into it with China. They got their warships over there. You got the USA, Israel fighting against the Houthis, Hamas, and other groups over there in that Palestinian region with the Israelis fucking up the Palestinians. Damn. Amongst other wars that's going on over there. I just had a mental block. But yeah, man, the Battle of Armageddon has already started. We just waiting for it to get real hot. When it get real hot, that's when the Lord is going to return. But we still prophecies that have to, there are still prophecies that have to take place over here in America. Like the forced implementation of the microchip, the MOTB. And if they do cut off this food stamps and keep it cut off, because they said it's cut, but if they keep it cut off, these people going to go in uproar. Because a lot of these dirty ass, stinky ass, black ass bitches, right along with the rest of the tribes, got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kids that they can't take care of, that they've been on government assistance receiving thousands of dollars for. And it ain't just blacks. Them Edomites and the heathen nations as well. These people going to riot. These people going to rise up. They going to rise up, and them riots eventually going to start. We need to get this on the ball. That's why the Lord got in Russian spirits to, no, I'm not accepting no peace agreements. Ain't no come to the table. And not after all the bullshit that y'all done pulled. That's that spirit that the Lord put the hooks in the Russian jaws. Put that communist spirit back on them, man. The USSR versus the US. The former Cold War. They just had a document come out on that in Al Jazeera News. You know, and this stuff has been happening. And not only that document, they had a new nuclear arms race. But these things have been happening. They just now, I mean, they've been putting it in the news every so often. I just caught another video on it. you know, just recently, like yesterday, you know. So that's what's going on. All that death that's going on over there, all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai. You know, when they awake, they're gonna wake to slavery if they're not our people. If they are our people, they're gonna awake to a crown on their head, you know, up under the men that stood stiffly for the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. You know. So with that being said, Shalom.